Brick love, everyone. Brick love, one love to you and your geek up in here. So Brick love again, just checking a couple things out here, making sure that we go tech wise. It looks like we are. Again, welcome to the nest. Brick love to you, Eagle Eye crew, and everybody else out there just watching, catching this breakfast melt with me this morning. Thank you for being up in here. Melted Red Brick University, like, share, and subscribe. Please answer the question when you come in. That's so important. We've expressed that before. And, it's our way of getting people up in here that see Meltology, that understand it, and that want to learn more about it. It's our filter, if you will, to keep out people that just aren't at the level they need to be at yet in Meltology. You got to shed a lot of stuff when you really start seeing the melt and understanding what we're on here. There's a lot of people stuck in their indoctrinated false narrative belief, and it's no place for it to be up here with Meltologists, because we've shed that. I've let that go personally myself. I've let a lot of stuff, religious wise, governmental stuff. You gotta let it go, man, when you start understanding this melt, and because you start understanding everything else too, and the reasons for it, and you start seeing it, you start understanding it, and it starts making sense. The insanity does, if you will. But again, welcome, Curtis 47. Brick love to you, man. Brick love to you. Morning to you. One love to you and yours, dude. Good to see you up in here, and more will be up in here for sure. A little early here on the East Coast. Wherever you're out in the realm, whatever time it is, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching, because again, we bring the melt. And I'm looking forward to doing that once again. It's going to be a little short stream this morning. I got to go do what I do for my day. And so, we bring it up in here when we can, Laughing Eagle and I. And Friday mornings is going to be a consistent, usually a day I work. It's going to be a shorter stream. But we're going to make the breakfast melt. We're going to open it up here, as we'll explain when we go on. We want you to come up in here and, get to know us so we can get to know you, because it's important, being a Meltologist and coming up in here and showing your work. Devin Mike, good morning, brother. Good morning. Because, you kind of create something for yourself. I've said it before. Gaz, hey, good morning, brother. I've said it before. Before I was out there, before all this got started, I was on the tippy tappy, just like you out there, and, commenting, and, never thought I'd be up here doing this. And I'm glad I did accept the invite from Spartan Red, Laughing Eagle, because, there was so much that I thought, and so much that I wanted to say, and I could only do it on the other end of a chat line. But, getting up in here and being involved in Meltology on a personal level, everybody can see me doing my thing up here in Melted Red Brick University. You create something for yourself. You create your work, your areas of interest, the evidence that you capture. You post those up, those are up there. Those are part of the arrows in the quiver for Meltology, if you will. So, getting up in here and showing your face, creating yourself in this melted message is very important, because numbers are important. Melted Red Brick University, we're climbing up to 4,000 subs. And, there's a lot of you out there that know this stuff to be real, get it. And, the point for me is to come up here and show it, and to break it down, and to explain it, and voice my opinions and my thought processes on the melt with you. And that's where we come together collectively on an audio and visual platform up here on the Nest. And when we do these shows, these streams, and there's all kinds of people watching them, and they restream and more people watch them, and this is how this message gets out, man. The more we do, the more it gets out. People spread it, people show it, and that's how this is going to catch on, man. It really is. There's people are out there looking for something, even though they've got all this stuff. They're tired and they're bored of their materialistic bullshit that they've stacked around their ass. There's got to be more, and people are always looking for that more, that one thing that just interests them. And that's what Meltology does for me, man. Meltology has taken me away, and it has just turned me into a fucking melted. I just dive into the melt. That's all I'm interested in. I just can't get away from it. It is that for me personally, that paradigm shifting, because there's nothing more important. I can't get into anything else. It kind of bores me. Movies bore me. I can't watch politics, all this other shit. It just bores me, because I know that there's that one pick out there that I haven't found yet. There's those evidence out there that need to be brought out, and that's what I'm on the hunt for. And when you're out there doing your research, crew, you're feeling the same thing, man. And bringing all this evidence together is just really laying the foundation, the melted foundation, once again, of the X factor to the psyche of everybody out here. Get them to mentally understand and grasp what we're talking about, because when you think about it, it is really first time seeing this, the magnitude of the melt. You really start getting into it more when you search for the evidence, because it shows you search for it, you hunt for it, you find it, and you bring it up and present it, and it really solidifies your clarity, your eagle-eye vision more of what we're on. Because what we've shown since the creation of this platform, and all the evidence been shown and still being shown, is just the very tip of the iceberg, the very, very tip, scratching the ice a little bit. That's where we're at, because there's so much more underneath. There's so much more out there, and there's so much more melted buildings above the floodwater, if you will, out there. This melt is so vast, we can't even comprehend it yet, and we're trying to get there. We're looking into evidence that take us beyond our melt, whether we go out there or down there, because that's where the melt is. It's down there, not out there. The melt's down here. The luminaries above have been there since the beginning. Is all we know. The stars are the same. They're the Polaris hasn't shifted, if you will. But the melt is down here, and everything above has to do with down here. We know this. How it correlates all together, we're trying to figure that out. And we got a bunch of clues out there. They just still need investigation, and the pieces kind of turn a little bit and put together a little bit more, as much as we can. And that's the hunt. That's the hunt, to figure this melt out. We see the evidence of it. We know it to be true. The causes of it, the evidence has told us that, bottom up, inside out. So we know that this grid system, and that's what it is, a grid system, is melted and damaged, just as if your computer might be melted or damaged. The circuitry in it, the components in it, the things that make it work are damaged. It's obvious. It's obvious. And on a macro level, it mirrors the micro level, if you will. Both extremes are damaged. They have to be. They're all connected. The micro to the macro. So it's very interesting, this melt and what we're on, and how the melt fits into our daily function of life, and the components from the melt that we use make our lives easier. Everything is repurposed melt. Everything, every chemical they put in, everything, It's all repurposed melt. All the metals that they mine for and all that, create all this shit. It's repurposed melt. We know that. So it's very intriguing meltology, and when you start getting it, and it just raises more questions and more avenues of research, man. That's just the way this is, and we got a lot of big brains out there, in the nest, in the crew, with your own personal life experiences and things that you've learned. Get on up in here and express that. Show us your expertise in things. You might be a welder. You might be a bricklayer. You might be in construction. You might have seen things in your occupational work that you can express up here in the nest. And that's what we want to do with this Friday morning breakfast melt. We want to start getting you up in here, and you don't have to come up in here and show evidence. You don't even have to come up in here and be live like this. You can avatar up. It's all good. We just want you to get up in here and make this a fixture of our Friday morning, something you can look forward to, something you can get prepared for when you want to show evidence, things that you can collect. We've had many meltologists up here before, and they've done that, and it's really simple. We'll get you through it. It's not that hard, but the main thing is getting up in here and presenting your stuff and getting comfortable with it. I know a lot of people out there are kind of like private. They're into this. You can sit back and on your tippy tappy, and you can move your mouse and click around. And then you can click out if you want to. There's no anxiety. But when you come up here in the nest, you go live, you get a sense of anxieties and stuff like that, and that's just normal. But when you get down to it, we're just people on the other end of technology communicating, just as you would on a phone, on your cell phone. That's all it is. So, just think about that. We're going to make this available as we go on in the breakfast melt Friday mornings, and we'll see where it goes. And we're not begging anybody. We're just asking, because I'm going to be up here doing what I do, and Laughing Eagle will be up here doing what he does. So we're just putting it out there for you. What this Friday morning melt, breakfast melt, we're wanting to get kind of transitioned into more of a interaction with you crew. So something to think about. And mods, you're doing a great job out there. Keeping the page clean, making sure there's no problems there. Make sure people answer that question, before you accept them in. It's vitally important, that people do that. So, mods, no question answered, no acceptance. That's just the way we've been from the get-go. And that's the standard we still hold. We want thought processes up in here, but we want intellectual thought processes up in here. Things that you say, you back up with facts. That's what we're about up in here. So we got Devin, Mike, Gazay, Curtis 47. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to you. Good day, good night, wherever you're at. And glad to see you up in here. And let me see who else we got up in here. Yeah, that's it for now. Devin, Mike, let's see what you got saying, Mike. What's up, Devin? Devin says, it really is. I haven't watched TV for what it was designed for since 2012. Yeah. Because it's all just things out there to take your thought processes off the important stuff. It's all out there just to lock you into the, they target you in your comfort zones, man. You can get into whatever you like. You like war and death, they got plenty of that. You like other stuff, they got plenty of that. You can click into all these ancient alien sites and all these geographical sites and National Geographic, and they got all of that. They'll show that all day long, but when you get into meltology and you start posting up evidence and breaking it down, they don't like that too much. Yeah, man. From the get-go and for a while now up here in the nest, doing these live streams and stuff, we've had a lot of tech issues, and we understand where it's coming from. The shadow banning to the messing with the streams to going as far as not letting pics that I share, evidence that I share, not letting them through in good quality or at all when I try to send them to my brother. You know, they know what we're doing. They see us. In fact, they're watching right now, and I see you too, motherfuckers, and I know what you're doing. And that's not going to stop me. You know, I'm going to hunt for Meltology. I'm going to bring it up in here. I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to turn people onto it, and hopefully expand their vision and open their thought processes more. Because, you know, there's so much out there to distract people. You know, everybody's got the attention span of a gnat. You know, they can't keep focus for just a little bit anymore. You know, their mind is on all kinds of other shit, as designed. You know, this tech gives us the ability to really go and do whatever we want. Get bored with this, I can click out, go do something else. And that's the same with Meltology. It's capturing people and getting them interested to the point where that's you know, they just want to see more and more and more. And that's what we do, is bringing the evidence. Because we know how many people are watching, and we know how many people out there in the restreams. We got those numbers, but the real numbers, man, are the people that are turned on to this or just stumble upon it and then spread it more and more. And that's why the evidence, we try to get them the best quality and the best breakdown we can, get people to understand it. And so that's the reason we work like we do. And, you know, we're always trying to come up here when we can to get this out. So that's my little banter for this morning with you, crew. You know, just getting started here. Smoke them if you got them. Smoke them if you caught them. You know, get your coffee refilled. Get ready. We're going to get into some melt here, but we're just going to take our time a little bit here, you know, and do what we do and take it easy up here in the breakfast melt. And we'll move on here. Just throwing that out here. Give me just a second here. So yes, good morning, everybody. Devin, Mike, Curtis 47, Gaz. We'll see who shows up. And we'll get a kick in here just a second. I'm going to bump into some evidence and get myself going. Get you. Speaking of getting going, good morning, brother. Here we go.
Guten Tag. Good morning. How you all doing, guys? Hope you're having a blessed day. One love, big love. Back. Just popping in, really. That's all I'm doing.
I see that.
It's not my gig. I'm just popping in.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I didn't come empty-handed, though. Excuse me. I stopped off at the 7-Eleven to pick up some memes on the way in.
They're selling them more now, Alex.
Yeah. You got to ask them. They're under the shelf, of course. You know, the memes in the the brown paper bags. That's the memes that I picked up. But yeah, I just floating in, flying in, hovering in to drop some memes, and then I'm flying off. Yeah, that's all I'm doing today. I'm having a rest. I'm under orders from the mafia, so I've just really come in just to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day to you all. A little bit of support from my buddy here. Throw some memes like grenades, and then off I'm going back into Saigon.
Come in, drop bombs, fly out.
Yeah, mate. I'm all out of bubble gum, mate. All out of chewing gum, all gone. So it's just memes. Anyway, I'm not even doing the rhyme. I'm not even doing the disclaimer. That's how quickly I'm moving.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Oh, yes. As I say, I'm supposed to be banned today, and I can't let the mafioso know that I can't let the mafioso know that I've broken house arrest.
Oh, shit.
I'll get house arrest over Sunday. On Sunday, I need to be out for the Sunday easy. Anyway, it's my Infinity Box update.
Yeah,
let's get through this. Get through these quickly, and then I'm just going to bid you adieu. Here we go. Boom.
Hold on.
Is that up?
No, infinity. Okay, now you're in.
Oh, good. Here we go. Memes of the day. Earth, can we join the Galactic Federation? The Galactic Federation. Oh, fuck off. You're weird. When you cook pizza rolls in the oven instead of the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big boy now. I don't need no housewife. Life, 2023. Me still thinking 2015 was like 2 years ago. It's going to hurt. Yes, exactly. When you're doing a job and the customer watches you from start to finish.
Yeah, right.
I notice she who is always late isn't in. I've got some memes for her. No landscape architecture for you. Next. I told her I was going to get her. I told her I was going to get her. Look. Is this not landscape architecture? Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
And of course, it's only fun. Landscape architecture major. Career, trench digger.
Yeah.
Trench digger. When women cut the grass.
Oh, man.
Yeah, oh dear. You know why? Because she's too busy talking on the phone.
Probably, yeah.
I don't care how drunk you've been. You've never been woken up under your front yard.
What?
What a night, mate. What a night. A trim bush makes your deck look bigger. She needed to trim that bush.
Oh, wow.
Mel. Oh, Mel. Architecture. Oh, God. Architecture. When I forgot to water my plants, you trusted me, and I failed you. Need tulips round it. Naughty. When life gives you more than you deserve.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Now you're seeing what I had to live underneath, Dana.
Oh, my God.
When you stub your toe and it's midnight.
Oh.
Of course. It hurts. It hurts. Oh, you naughty man, look. Uranus spotted. You naughty boy. I always thought John Luke was a bit gay. English teacher, tit for tat. The boy named Tat.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. When you're hitting it from behind and she screams, "These cheese fries are gangster." And she always goes for the large load, look, large load.
Yeah.
Disgusting woman. Oh, bitch, how about you put some sand in your vagina and make them crabs feel more at home?
Oh.
You know you've been dissed. When you're fixing your car and she came to say hello. She did come by. I hope you can see this. Note to yourself, never finger an epileptic chick.
Oh, wow.
His finger's gone, mate. Ruined. She moving too fast. Senor, she moved too fast.
Wow.
Oh, dearie me. Bye. That finger's fucked, mate.
Mm.
Relax, girl. It's just one finger. He's lost his arm. Look, his hand. He's lost his hand. So he's tattooed a fingernail up here.
Yeah.
Just in case those can't see it, you can see him here.
Ah, fuck.
Mad, isn't it? When the police finally says you're allowed to go near children again.
Yeah.
This one never dies. It never dies. Gina, that never pitches in. Let me get a bump, she says. Don't listen to that hoe. She's always pulling that shit.
Yeah.
Always pulling it. Decides to eat the booty. Hershey squirts.
Oh. Yeah, man.
Oh, disgusting. It's not a joke. Sorry. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. You're so annoying. You're. Excuse me. How my wife looks when I'm flirting with the cashier. I'm gonna kill you when you get home.
Yeah.
Kill you. Oh, excuse me. That was your memes of the day. Excuse me.
Oh, those are funny, man. Yeah, where's Mel when she needed to be here?
I told you I was going to get her with this landscape architecture business. But there will be another time, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, brother. Those are good, man.
Thank you very much for indulging me.
Yeah.
Have a great show. Keep me on. I might even fly back in, depending how I go.
Right on.
But as you know, the Matthew is they've got all angles covered, mate.
Oh, yeah.
So, I only said I'll jump on briefly, say hello to everybody, throw some bombs, and then have sail away. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fall foul of them. They'll be escorting me to the padded cell on Sunday, and I won't like that. So, from me, Dean, I'll catch up with you, mate.
Right on, brother.
So I may be able to get back in, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. But I will be back soon, as
right
always. Leave you all in the capable hands of being the merciless. Yeah,
right,
he's good. Guys, good. What's up with you guys? You know, he's always doing the work, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
and of course he does it just like this guy, being the merciless. There you go, mate. It's all done. Listen, I'm out of here. Dino, you stay care. God bless. And you stay cool. We'll be in contact. Eagle Eye Crew, love you all. Thanks for jumping in. And look after Dean. Don't treat him too harsh. Rick love, my friend.
Rick love, brother. Thank you again. Thank you again for coming up in here with those memes. Always great fun. Always great fun. You know, and it's about the human condition. You know, it is really, it's all on how you perceive it, man. If you're offended, that's your choice. You know, it's about choices. And well, without saying anything else, we're going to get into some Mel here. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to get into it and show you what I got. And I clicked on a few things here in the last few days. Last few days, I've really been pushed for time. It's been a rough couple of days, really, to be honest. Work and other things, but I did grab some stuff, and we might even go into a zip file, grab something from there too. But we're going to get into the melt because, God damn it, I fucking love to do this. I do. I fucking do. It is a passion. It truly is for me. And we'll get on up in here and show you what I got going on. Brick Club, one love to everybody. Well, before I do that, hold on a minute. Let me do this. I got to get out of this just for a second. Yes, bear with me, crew. I'm going to get a little background music bumping for me here. Turn it up just a little bit. Okay, we're there. That's good. That's good. I can hear it. All right, here we go. Let me bring my infinity box up here. Brick love and one love to everybody out there. Gaz A, Curtis 47, Devin, Mike, and everybody else coming in. Just share it here. Here we go. And we'll get into some stuff here, and we'll just click our way through. Take our time a bit. Break it down. And get my phone going on here so I can at least see the chats. And our first melt, I like to click into different things, different avenues of research. And this kind of took me to this pick, this couple of picks I got here of the Nile Delta, the Delta Nile, if you will, and some features around that. Because, a lot of the water is going away. It's exposing a lot of the melt. And this is just a high elevation pick looking down on this delta out there by Egypt or in Egypt. And like I said, a high altitude pick looking down. And we can see the melt. And, as we're looking down in here, we bump in a little bit closer. We see this melt mass here above the floodwater, above the river flow, if you will. As we get down into it, we can see the light to the dark, the color differentials. And as we bump in, we see this looks like a water access here, or water here that's flowing out into here off of this massive structure, this complex that is melted. And I say that because we look down here at the tip. And it's a little bit fuzzy, but we can see the color differentials. We can see how it goes down. We can see the difference in the melt from here to here and its structure. And we know that there's more below. And this is why I kind of took this pick, is to make out this feature down below the water. And if you follow my cursor, we see this line that comes around. See this line that comes around and wraps back in this way. And that supports what's under here. Whatever's coming out of this arch feature, I would say, because that's what it looks like to me. See it? See the difference from this side to this side, this line. A massive horseshoe magnet arch feature. And we can even see right here how it's expanding out. This inner stuff here is squeezing out of this big fucking aperture down here. Because the heat did come from the bottom up and it expanded from the inside out and just shoved shit through the openings, apertures, arches, doorways, windows, whatever you want to call them. Squeeze them out like putty. And we see that here on a major scale. Another shot of the delta out there. And we see, we got vegetation up here. We got water down below. And we see this melt flow coming out here. And as we get in here, we can see, when you start paying attention, the structures, or what's left of the remaining structure in the melt. And right here we see color differentials. See our wall here? See our expansion? See how it's cooked out? It looks like a road access or a water flow access that come down here. But all this is the remaining parts of the structure. hard to pick out if you're not a meltologist. But when you understand meltology and you start seeing things, you start recognizing it for what it is. And we see down here how it's going block, color differential, cooked out, aperture here with apertures in the middle. And we come over here and we find another little pocket that exposes the melt for us, or features in the melt. And it shows how this light color stuff, it looks like water maybe flowing around here, or there could be road access, or what we do know, it's on a large scale. Okay, this is the sediments or the flow of all this water that's bringing this stuff out here, but it's all brick ash flow, it's all melt flow. And we can see the color differentials are cooked out, spotted all the way through it. Remnants of cooked out structure back here. We get down in here, and we can see features, wall feature here, some sort here. We can start making out blocking, apertures, right angles, down in here. Because these things went flat, these things went twisted, these things went topsy-turvy in the melt. And it's just about picking them out, knowing what to pick out. Center pick. And this is a large scale once again. And then down here underneath, down under the floodwater, down under the river, we can see how a structure underneath. Block, brick, apertures, structure, all through here. You see it. Meltology, baby. Another picture of a delta. High elevation picked. It's showing all this down here. And this is off the Nile Delta, I believe this one was. It's a big area we're talking about right here. And this is where the water comes down, and this is all underwater out here. But we see as we get down in here, we can see even on a macro level such as we are, we can see the C14. We can see the melted structure in it. Because continents are huge, massive complexes, structure. We know this, we've seen this. And to get people to understand it, the magnitude of this melt, showing these underwater features is critical because of the underlying structures of the melt. And just by panning kind of back here where we were, as we come in, we can look down here. Now, this is underwater out here. This is out into the delta, if you will. And this is above the floodwaters here. And like I said, we can pick out structure in it. As we get into it, starts going blocky, start getting right angles, start getting structure, start seeing the melt, start seeing the color differentials that cooked out to the C14 laden. Then we get out here underneath, and then look what we got. Again, under the water out here, but look what we have. We have a wall feature of some sort that comes from the right side of the pick and comes down and then loops back over to here into structure. Sorry for the background noise. that time of the morning. The garbage crews are out doing their thing. But as we come out into this delta, if we will, we start seeing the melted structures underneath. The right angles, the blocking, the apertures. As it starts to pop, we see massive color differential, latency 14, really heavy down in here. And then the rest, we got all mingled mess, cooked out, churned out, melted structure. Just dragging and pointing through, letting your eyes take it in. Underwater, out in the delta, if you will, above the floodwaters, sand, brick ash, structure. On a macro level, as we can see right here, starting to pop. Yeah, baby, meltology. And, when we say that, mountains are melted buildings and these high peaks, as you see right here, these are the tops of the melted structures. The tops of the melted structure. And when we mean tops of the melted structures that ended up in the melt flow in this position. Because structures on a magnitude like this that went down in the melt, they went down in the melt and there was so much weight involved, and this mass melt was so wide and so far that they were in a brick ash, melted building flow in themselves. A lot of times we see huge corners of structures that form these fucking mountain ranges and shit. They've sunk down, they've twisted, they've changed angle, and they've landed in the melt like that, causing these peaks, causing these valleys. In this particular one here, we see these adventurers up here. And of course, once again, they throw up their symbology. They got to throw this up in there. They have to, And the hypocrisy behind all of this, and I won't go in too far again, but people, they don't understand symbology. They don't understand how indoctrinated they are. They're out there just climbing on melted buildings and living in geology in their mind. And we know that these are melted structures because they're wizards, they're teachers, they're heliocentric masters, if you will. Are going to tell them that this is all geological shift. These are, chunks just shoved up through tectonic plates and all of this, and us as meltologists are saying, well, if that's the case, why is there red brick in this? Why is there red brick right underneath their feet? When you understand color differentials, pick out features, because you're a meltologist. When you're a meltologist, you can be a sightseer meltologist where you're just bumping through, or you can be a hardcore meltologist and getting down into the texture of the evidence, the color differentials of the evidence, the things that destroy the narrative of erosion, sedimentary plates, tectonic plates. It destroys it because it shows the evidence shows. I'm not showing you nothing. The evidence is showing itself. And that's the point. That's why meltologists are so feared, because we'll break it down for you and destroy your concept of your indoctrination. Because you cannot dispute this evidence. I don't care what kind of degree you have after your fucking name or how many digits you got in your bank account. It doesn't matter. I'm a nobody out here beating a job that understands this and coming up in here and showing you geologists, showing you academia, showing you naysayers. I'm showing you what we're talking about. And it's melted fucking structure. It is melted structure. The evidence is what it's about. And we can see it setting in the melt. We understand where this electrical heat energy came from, or at least the pathway it took from the bottom up. How far down? Well, fuck, as far as it goes. Huh? As far as it goes, as far as it spreads, it's all meltology. It's all we know about this realm, that it's proper fucked and melted. Another picture of the delta. Looking down. This one's proper. This one's a lot better detail. A lot better detail in this one. Looking down on the Nile Delta, this comes out underneath, all the blue out here crystallized, all that above, all the green is above the floodwater. And we'll just take a look. We're flying high, flying straight, flying together with our eagle eye vision. And we start to see. First off, for me, color differentials. Huh? The color differentials showing us the melt above to the melt below. And I look at this feature down here, and it stands out. And how we can see, this is area of population in here. People living, farming, going about their day up in here. But we see this pocket here of crystallization. The heat differentials are way different. Obviously, we can see it coming into focus here. And these melted structures, crystallized out structures, they got a pathway. And this shows you the electrical heat energy that came in the pathway that it took and the heat distribution to do this color differential up in here. These cooked out crystallized structures are signatures of the extreme heat of the X factor, because it varies. You got the X factor and the heat differentials that just melts the brick enough to where you can still see the structure clearly, but you can see the damaged bricks have been heat damaged and popping a little bit here and there and scorching, and you can tell that. But on the other end of the spectrum, as far as the heat, the crystallized structure, what we see is so vast, so different. The temperature differentials to be so close together, it just shows you how this electrical energy shot through and the pathways that it took. And this is on a macro level here. And as we get down in here, we can see how the structure started disintegrating and falling and slipping down into the melt and losing most of its shape and form. And what I'm seeing here is we have this cooked out piece, but you follow this line that comes all the way down and it follows the top here. And it's a roadway, I'm sure, or it could be a waterway, but they're all over it down in here. There's enough dry up here for them to be crawling all over this, and they have. This is just a very high pick. But it shows you the disintegration of the massive structures. See? Center pick. Right here. That's an arch. Clearly, that's clearly an arch. And as we see, it's starting to pop. We got big block, red brick, C14 loaded, and we start seeing the apertures popping out around it. And we can see right underneath this white line down here, we can start seeing apertures, structure, the internals, if you will, of this massive fucking building. This massive building, and I mean massive, right here, this whole fucking, everything up here is melted structure. And we're just seeing it disintegrate and go underneath the water. The water came in and covered it up. Before the floodwaters came in, this would be incredible to see without the floodwaters. We're seeing it really through the floodwaters. Okay, we don't have to take away the water. We can see through the water. And it exposes and shows the melt. It exposes and shows the color differentials. And how far down this structure goes, as you can start seeing in the ghosting. Shoreline, if you will. Everything else is depth and structure going down. We can start picking out the internals on a macro level. The disintegration of the structure going down into the melt. The pockets of survival on a macro level, as close as you can get as far as pockets of survival cooked out, crystallized in some fucking huge delta, they call it, looking down into the melt, but we can start seeing it. We can start seeing structure back here. Crystallized, cooked out, C14 in here. Massive structure. Crumbling apart. And where the water is where it sank down into the melt. It's hard to wrap your head around, sure is. But again, geologists, volcanologists, archaeologists got some splaining to do. Religious academia, political elites, you got some splaining to do. All melted structure. All. And you can pick it out. Apertures, blocking going on. Right here. Got a wall right here. Caught in the melt. We got huge expansion here of the structure, whatever this was. On a macro level. Showing the size of these buildings. This whole picture is this building. And down below, where it was hottest, is sinking down into the melt. You can see here, laying on top of the melt, we can still see vegetation. This is the top. And everything below is disintegration, melted structure. I'll move on. This one, I believe, has been shown before. Wouldn't doubt it. In fact, I know it. Spartan Red, Laughing Eagles got that. But this was in the flow, some of the picks that I got. And just again, to show you, if you're out there and you're on the fence about Meltology, you're just not sure. All right? Okay. Mountains are the tops of melted structures. And we've shown this over and over and over again. And what do we have here? Well, we have a casselle, they'll call it. You know, it's not just the structures, but the wall underneath it. And what's underneath the wall underneath it. And so on. People will understand that these are structures, but they're not going to understand that it's part of all the structure that it's attached to down here. Because the trees are growing on it now, see, and it's too big. They're not getting it through their head. They're not putting it together. It's easy for them to believe the narratives that they've been told that somebody built this in whatever AD or BC. Yeah. With the limited technology they supposedly had back then, horse, cart, donkey, huh? And you're going to build this. Not only going to build it, but you're going to weld it together, because that's what it is. All this is welded together. It's not laid by mortar anymore. The mortar's cooked out, gone, fused in the melt, causing these things to still exist. Pocket of survival, we call it. Look at the magnitude of this melt right here. When you start understanding that this is a building and structure, then you start seeing it better, because you know it's there. That's the thing about Meltology. I know it's there, man. All I do is go there and find it, enhance it a bit. Depends on the pick. But you can start to describe these things just by first appearance like this. Color differentials right off the bat. Now, we do have snow, of course, weather, of course that happens. But not everything is snow and ice, all right? Not everything is snow and ice. We know in Meltology, crystallization is very common, in fact, expected. When you have that extreme heat energy, electrical energy shooting through, it's going to change the state of matter drastically in a lot of areas in these structures. And that's what the evidence shows us. And as this one comes in, we can start seeing the C14 popping more. And we can start picking out a little bit better detail of the structure itself, because that's what it is. And we can see how the snow or whatever is up here, it is popping the lines. It's popping above it up here, and then showing the skin, the disintegration of the floor plans of this structure melting out. Look at these walls right here. All of this. Start seeing the C14, the brick block, color differential scorching, the dripping, the flow and action of the melt. And how it sinks down over here. I just like to drag and pop different areas of picks like this, because it exposes things like this right here. Center pick. Aperture. Or expansion overhang causing a shadow, but it does look like it recesses back in there. Looks like it's melted an opening here, expansion here on both sides, leaving this wall feature we start seeing come down here, stretch along down here. Features like this on the side, exposing the action and the flow of the melt. The internals opening up as this thing sank down into the melt. Pulled apart. See? Features like this. You see how this opened up, this melted. You still see right angle structure up in here. Expansion, scorching cooked out over here, rock curtaining up over here. Yeah, out there in the melt, you know, we get features like this. People come upon it and they don't think anything of it. They don't ask themselves in their mind, well, how the hell did this thing form right here? Well, it's all melted structure. We know that. This is all melt flow out here. And these things were just floating in the melt in their structure. Heat damaged. All melt flow. Right underneath your feet. As we've shown before in many streams, melted structure. Melt flow, man. That's what we live on. You go right out there in your backyard right now, start digging, you're going to get into structure. I guarantee it, man. You're going to get into brick. You're going to get into block. You're going to find a wall. You're going to find an arch. You're going to find an aperture. No. Yeah, see, you know, these things are still collapsing underneath. And all this melt that we build on, all of our roads, all of our structures, your high-rise buildings, everything's foundationed on the melt. Even our roads, just like this. This one kind of shifted a little bit and exposed some detail for us. We got the road down here. We can see the lines in it, the asphalt. And the way it came up, this collapse, this came up from underneath and twisted this motherfucker. But we can see now what it was on, because the top of the road's up here. All this below it is underneath this highway, if you will, exposing what it was on underneath it. Structure. Melt, texture. And this is underneath. We see this molding up here. This was the side. This was, see this post up here, and see this line up here, everything on the other side of it. All right. This is where they drove. This thing is leaning. See how it just fucked it all up back in here? But it's exposing the melt underneath it. And I see these features around where I'm at too. See, they got this railing or this thing that goes along here. And a lot of these highways, it's leftover melt. See, damage, man. Okay, I showed that one before. Showed that one before. Okay. We'll give it into this zip. And if you've seen a couple of these before, Brick love to you. If you haven't, well, here we go. And these underneath, I did show this one before, and I wanted to express these once again. Okay, all these highways and all these overpasses, underpasses, merges, all these things that you're driving across, they're foundationed on the melt. And a lot of these columns are repurposed. And are in the melt. And it shows that it's repurposed. That's X-factored. All the way up. And all the way underneath it is all melt, expansion, cooked out, C14, all the usual suspects of the X-factor. Again, looking down on the melt, X-factored. You see it. Now, a lot of these places where they're having a lot of earthquakes, and people are dying and stuff like that, that's very horrible, of course, and all that. But it exposes the melt, the underlying structures in the melt, quite a bit of the time. And it's all repurposed. Here's your road going across. It's repurposed melt. And all this out here is X-factored. I mean, come on. You can tell. And then we get this bridge going across over here. And the columns, again, when I look at a pic like this, you got to think logistics, Now they got cranes, they got barges, they can come in, they can pour, they can do all that. I get it. But the logistics still behind it to pour and to create these columns going up, which are heat damaged. I can see it just from this back in here. Okay. And they'll claim ownership on it. Bump your taxes up. They got to pay for something that's already existing. That's what they do. That's what they're doing with these grid components, these dams. Features like that, they're pre-existing in the melt. And they're charging you huge energy bills and stuff like that to pay for these things that they created. No, they fucking found them, they repurposed them, and now they're just bilking money from you. Because there is such thing as free energy. They're just not letting us have it. In fact, if you know how to get it or know how to patent it, they'll kill you. They've done it. Many have died bringing out this free energy knowledge, if you will. They're not going to let it happen. They took over the narrative a long time ago with Rockefeller, the oil, the other parts of these motherfuckers and what they do, how they claim ownership, how they give their false narratives about shit so they can profit. That's all it is. Their profit off of us. Out there along Waterway, we've got features like this. How'd they do this? How do they build that? Goes down into the water. For them to build this, they'd have to hold this water back. I mean, look at the texture of this massive piece up here. Look. And the color differentials as we go down below. It's all structure, man. That's not tectonic plate. That's not fucking sedimentary layers. That's not erosion. That's fucking structure, man. All of it. All of it. Heat damaged melted structures, brick structures, the state of matter changing and electrifying the fuck out of this shit. You can clearly see its structure, its building. And people live up here and they go out there throughout their day living on top of a lie, on top of them. The narrative is a lie. The melt is very real. We know this. I'm trying to wake people up to this. I mean, just the size and how would they do this is just got to set your fucking thought process going. If you got any kind of intelligence to you. You know, as meltologists, we pick out features like this. Automatically, bam, melt. Well, to most people, oh, what a nice scenery of the desert. What we're showing as meltologists, this is red brick. This is C14. See? This is actually a wall. See? Look at the right angle. Look at the straight edge on this coming across here. The melt down below it. In fact, I see beginning of an aperture right here. Looks like an arch kind of feature right here. See it? Center pick. Could just be the way this slipped out too, but it's all structure, man. We can see back here in the darker part. We can pick it out. Look. And all this out here. The flow of the melt. See how these lines go through here? See how the undulation of the land starting to pop? Or I should say the melted building, but for layman's terms, the land. All melted structure shifting and flowing in the melt and showing you the angle, the way it's sloping, backing out this way. And these massive expansions popping out this way, changing the shift of this to collapse out over here. See it? Your lines are going different now. See how they're going more this way at a vertical kind of slope down? Starfording out, that's splaying out. Okay, that's what happens. This building was massive, man. And it sank down within itself. And all these levels just collapse down on each other and we're shifting. And right here shows you the splaying out. As this went down, these are being shoved out, splayed out, starfording down, melting out this way. Sorry for the tag, but this shows you X-factored structure setting on X-factored structure because it's all the same structure. Repurposed here and C, then right underneath it, based on melted structure, man. And then we go behind it. More severely damaged melted structure. And then the skyline, of course. We can start seeing as the picture pops, the big block, the color differential. The action and flow of the melt, how it's layering, coming down, splaying out, again, buoyancy and density, the heaviness, the weight above here, and it's shifting down. wall coming across right here. Yeah. Again, melted structure, melted building, massive one right here. Part of one, I should say. But you can see how it's sank right here. Look, your lines again. See how they're horizontal? We got structure in here, apertures everywhere in here. Color differentials once again. But then we get right here and the line shift. See? It breaks right here. And we got melt flow out here now. We can see the structure disintegrating and splaying out as it flows out into the melt. Getting closer to the hotter part of the melt, and the color differentials are changing to lighter, to sand, if you will, leaving parts of the structure in chunks sinking down into the melt right here. This is nothing but part of this structure right here. This is just splayed out into the melt. And we can see chunks of it. You can see the details start to pop as it flows out. And all of this sticking up is part of these structures. This one's splaying out here, this one's splaying out here, and meeting in the middle right here. See it? This structure, then this one over here. This one's splaying out, coming down this way. This one's splayed out here, and leaving all this shit here. Leaving all this shit here. Look at this. Look at it. They've actually fenced this off in here. Pocket of survival down in there. In the melt flow. In the melt flow. And then this pocket of survival people are using, repurposed. This was setting in the melt flow. And then this big bitch in the back. Once again, melted structure. See the melt flow? It's all coming down. The action and the flow of the melt. You can see it over here. As the details start to pop in the pic, you can see the color differentials again. This massive side here is leaving chunks of exposed closer to the wall of the structure here, where you get more shell. Then you start picking it out. When you start training your eyes to focus on the melt, we get into the obvious, because sometimes it's hard for people to get their head wrapped around it. We get into the obvious pockets of survival here. This is all a pocket of survival of the melt here again. How would they fucking build that? Huh? It's all X factor structure, man. See how it's in the melt right here? See how it's based on the melt? Because it is the melt. All of this is the same structure. This is just on top. Look how this expanded and just ate out underneath it right there. Yeah, baby. Meltology. Look at the texture on this. Look how it's popping. Why and how are they going to put something right here? Why were they? First off, they didn't build this. This was already here. We can see it. It's X factor structure. We fucking see it. Why would you build something here in this location by itself? It's a repurposed melted structure. See, they got power lines going to it. They got something stretching across here so they can turn on their fucking Wi-Fi if they get it, or a radio or a light or something. But this is a repurposed melted structure right here. And then, of course, in the back is all melted structure covered in snow, ice, but leaving details, because I love the snow and the ice. I love it because when you get to let it settle and these pictures pop, they just point out the structure itself coming down, like right here. Look at this. See these lines coming down right here? See these lines coming down right here? This is all structure right here, man, showing you the wall, the fucking wall, the structure itself, man. Look at our differentials right here. Look. That's not snow and ice. Those are internals of buildings right there. See? And then we get right here, look what happens. Look how the flow shifts now. They're getting more cooked out right here, going down into the melt. Look, right here. See how we lose it? Boom. And it starts getting closer to the melt down here, and the state of matter, it starts going crystal. It starts splaying out down here. Another wall right here. Your lines, your block. And as we go, we got more of the same. Another wall right here. Another wall back here behind it. It's all the structure right here blowing out and sinking down in the melt, causing this shit down here. Now people are going to say, well, if all this melted down, why isn't this much higher? You got to understand this shit come from the bottom up. Everything you see back here, everything in this pic was pristine structure. X factor happened, it goes boom, and it expands and slips at the same time. Underneath is so hot, these things are just collapsing straight down. And the tops of them are collapsing, melting, and shifting down. Most of the structure is down below in the melt. This is just the top exposing the slippage and the flow of the top of these structures and everything that survived miraculously out of the X factor. That's why people don't understand this, the magnitude of the melt, man. And most of the melt is underneath, way down. And we see it in a lot of these caves, caverns. And that's just the tops, even the top level. Really, when you start going into the depth of what we're on, we don't know how far this fucking melt is. We don't know how big this civilization was before the melt. Massive beyond even our comprehension. The Big Bang was the X factor, in my opinion. They're twisting the narrative. They're saying the Big Bang happened and everything accumulated to what we have now. Really, bullshit. Bullshit. It'd be like taking all the supplies to build a house, throwing it inside of a tornado, and expecting the house to come out, foundation fucking laid out perfectly. Okay, that's their way of processing the Big Bang. Everything came out of nothing. No, I know the Big Bang was the X factor. And everything that we see now was created out of the Big Bang, what was here before the Big Bang, the X factor. There's your Shambhala. There's your Eden. There's your Valhalla. There's your Shambhala. There's your Atlantis. It's all wrapped up in the melt. And all the myths, all the narratives, some of them might hold some water, some faint truth. A lot of it is bullshit. On the melt, exposed by water receding. Boom. Brick, block, structure. We'll move on. Massive structure back here. Displaying of the melt right here. Going crystal right here. Very cooked out. This thing sank down and this shit went splayed. Everything underneath it sank down. in the brick flood, not the mud flood, but the brick flood, the brick ash flood. Covered everything up and plants start fucking growing on it, except here. I don't think there's one fucking leaf. But wait a minute, we might have some of them little motherfuckers right here. Yep, C14 scabs, man, right there. They're always there, man. They find a spot to come out. Oh, we got melted structure right here, man. I mean, we have to show you? Okay, well, we'll show you. People right here standing on melted structure. You can see the lines, the block, cooked out, color differentials. Wall. So we go up. All I can do is point and click, man. Ghosting. Structure. Another wall piece coming off right here. Sinking down. Look. Center pick. Right here. Apertures, expansion, shifting this way. This one's leaning back this way, and then this melt flow right here is sinking down right here. Look, this is all part of this same structure in here. See it? Might have been some huge aperture here. Out in the melt, man. Let me look at some comments here real quick. See if I can catch it. Now. Curtis 47. I am Nancy. Good morning from a rainy Missouri. Brick love, Nancy. Good to see you, darling. Good to see you, honey. Who else we got in here? Just give me a second to scroll through my chat here. Devin Mike up in here. Curtis 47. Gaz A. Good to see you all this morning. Good to see you all this morning. All right, I'm going to click on a little bit here. Yeah, man, melt flow. Wall. Again, melt flow. Looking out over it. Now, if you're sitting there watching this right now, or if you're watching the restream, does this appear to you? Now, clear your mind, think logically. Think critically. Does this look like erosion to you? Does this look like sedimentary plates or tectonic plates shifting up and causing this feature? Is that what you believe? Is that what you really think? I know that's what you've been taught, but is that what it fucking looks like to you? It doesn't to me. It looks like part of a melted fucking building to me, man. Massive melted building to me. Which ties into this massive melted structure over here. Come on now. Come on now. You can call us full of bullshit. You can say whatever you fucking want. Your only avenue of approach is to attack on a personal level because you cannot attack the evidence. You can't. Karen B, Stuff Snoopy, all your lackeys out there laugh at this. What the fuck? If you can't see that this is a melted structure, I give up on your ass, man. I do. I give the fuck up on you. If you're not picking this out now and getting the point of what we're trying to show you and explain to you, and you want to mock and laugh, I give up on you. You're a fucking lost cause, and you're not worth my time. I do this for people that get it and see it, to get it and see it. You can fuck off. I don't care what your fucking next meme or your goddamn next fucking hit piece is on Meltology. Fuck you. You're not worthy of even showing. So fuck you. Fuck off with you. Do your little show. But when you speak Meltology, okay, and you're talking shit, come up on here and talk shit. Because I won't say a goddamn thing to you. I'll just roll through the fucking evidence and let the crew eat you alive. That's all I got to do. Show you the fucking melt, man. I don't have to say a goddamn thing, man, because pictures will say it all. Evidence is what we like to call it. Will say it all. Out there taking a stroll on the melt. Does that look like erosion? I mean, come on now. Is that red brick? See how they come down? See the pancaking? See the blocking? The mangled mess, the churn of the melt? Yeah, man. These are melted structures right here. Two prominent ones that I can see just by picking out the color differentials. Huh? Just by looking at the action and flow of the melt. See? Coming down, splaying out. This one. Walls. Look. Look how these dropped in here, man. These ones are coming down this way, shifting and flowing down in the melt this way. These are coming straight down right here. Bam. Boom. Bam, boom, bang. Look at this over here. Big fucking aperture right here. Look. I'd say maybe two. Column piece coming up here. Column piece over there. Column piece coming down here. Double aperture right here. Expanding, flowing out into the melt. See? Flowing out into the melt. This one back here. This one. Ooh. Big hit right here. You got some of the brick structure in here. You can see it slipping down. And then this mass in here just said, fuck it. And just collapsed down. You can see just all come down here. Kind of a structural piece here and how it's backing up this in here, causing this pinch point in here. See it all behind in here? This is wall structure, man. This is the shell. It looks like the shell. What's remaining of this part of the structure splaying out and disintegrating down here into the melt. Melt flow. Massive structures, man. Sinking down into the melt again. Again. It's always the same MO. Heat from the bottom up, expansion, buoyancy, and density. Yeah, man. Just showing you some melt. And they quarry a lot of these fucking pockets, man, and they do that. They get in here with their heavy machinery. They quarry this shit out, but it's all fucking X-factored melt. See? Texture again, expansion. Color differentials cooked out. What is this shit down in here? Out there in the highway, in the desert, on a horse with no name. Just kidding. But look at this melt out here. I mean, it's all melt, but look at this feature. Again, color differentials, man, massive structures, pancaking down on itself into the melt. See? 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 It's playing out, sinking down onto the melt. Look at the layers, the lines again here, pancaking down, expansion, buoyancy, and density down into the melt. And as we come to the foreground, we start seeing in here chunks lost in the melt. Look. Actual detail structure, lines, brick, block, sinking down into the melt. These two pieces here, look, column piece right here. I would say column. Trapped in the melt right here. Sinking down. And look how fast it went down. Look how hot it got, man. The disintegration, look, we're starting to lose it down here. Look. State of matter is getting so hot, these things are popping, and then boom, the details in the structure are leaning and shifting and flowing out here into the middle. See it? Into the brick ash. Ghosting as it loses itself into the melt. Coming down here. Flowing into the melt. Flowing. This melt flow was shifting. It was vibrating. It was in flux, man. Doing all kinds of fucking shit. All melted building. Every goddamn bit of it. And this motherfucker doesn't have a clue. Driving on the melt. Repurposed the roadways. These are all on the melt. See a melt right here. What's this? Pocket. Just laying out here. All churned out shit right here in the melt. See it? This is all the melt flow. And the exposed chunks, brick, C14, paint pockets of survival. Laying out here in the melt flow. See? Look at this water feature. See this? See this? They're going to say they came in there and built that shit? Really? They built that? Look at the wall underneath it. It's all X factored, man. Every fucking bit of it is old world melt, man. See? All along it. Look over here. All melt. This is part of an old world tech. All this channeling going through here. Because look over here. Road on top of melted structure. See it? Repurposed melt. Look at this. Look. Got a road going across it here too. And then this water flowing through here. But it's all fucking melt. Look. Expansion coming down here. Look. Popping. All of this is old world, man. Just think of the logistics to come in and pour that shit. You fucking kidding me? Impossible, man. Not gonna happen. Too much money, too much labor. I mean, this fucking to make this in here and then to claim ownership of it and saying you did it, fucking the balls on you. And it's just amazing how you motherfuckers got people to believe your narratives. It really is, man. Look. See, everybody's got their boats out here. This is why people can't see it. See all these boats out here? You know how much big money this is? You know how much money these motherfuckers are making, letting people dock and set in here? It's all melt, man. See, they got more of them out here. Because people love their bubbles, man. People love living in their comfort zone because they're creatures of comfort. It's a human condition. Everybody likes to be happy and comfortable. But what's gone on is people are so happy and comfortable that they've sacrificed their thought processes to believe whatever is put out there, just as long as you leave them the fuck alone and they're left to their happy comfort zone where they have everything they need. They got plenty of money. They got their big truck. They got their boat. They got their trailer. They got their vacation home. So why give a fuck? Why give a fuck? If you're so comfortable out there and you're able to go out there in your fucking yacht, your boats, your all of this, huh? Why give a fuck? What you don't understand is you've enslaved yourself in your own comfort. You become so happy and comfortable with all the fake money that created out of nowhere, turned it into personal possessions, where you're all comfortable. You don't have to give a shit about this until that shit starts going away. When you stop being so comfortable, huh? Stop paying your taxes on that boat. See if it's yours. Huh? Stop paying taxes on your fucking car, truck, whatever property you have. Stop paying taxes on it, and let's see how long it's yours. Let's see what you really think you own then. Huh? We live in a servitude system, realm-wide. No matter where you're at, what kind of government you have, they're all the same motherfuckers. Or they wouldn't be in the positions that they're in to claim governance over you. because we're on the road to melt. We're on the melted red brick road, baby. And again, anybody out there want to say, "Oh, I don't see a goddamn thing here. That's just a strip of fucking highway." Well, I'm telling you, there's a lot here. You're just not paying attention. Let's take this road once again. We took this road once before. We're going to do it again. And you see, as we travel down this highway, just look to the side of this. Look off to each side of this fucking dotted line and tell me what you're seeing. Lost in the melt. Pockets, apertures, structure, right angles. Because this road is on the melt. It's based on the melt or on the fucking melt flow, man. And there's the melt flow. You can see it. You can start seeing it pop. See your color differentials. See your depth as it goes on. We're seeing the melted structure, the grid system. It's not as flat as we think. Because when we go out here, we start seeing the obvious, the block, the structure of itself ghosting down into the melt. Let me check my time. One more here, and then we're going to take a break. Melt flow. Very cooked out here. C14 laden up here. Block line. Melt flow. Structures way in the back. All right, crew. Give me just a second here. We're going to take a quick intermission. You find it here. Okay. Take yourself a break. I'll be right back because I got to do one as well. I'm going to mute first, and then we'll be back. Right on, Boo, right on. Here we are back again. Here we are back again. Thank you for that break. I needed one. You probably did too. Coffee goes through you quick. You grab a comment up here, see what we got going on. Show Dino some love. Hit that like button. Yeah, man, hit that like button. Smash that thing. Melt that fucking like button. Yeah, Give some brick love up in here. Thank you so much for this 47. Thank you. Tartarian Meltdown. Brick love, brother. Congratulations to you and your lovely new bride. And thank you for being up in here, checking us out. Brick love to you. And stay safe. You're in the divided states of insanity, so keep your head down, your eyes open. Brick love to you, you and yours. Yeah, I'm going to get back into the melt because I don't have a lot of time today, as you know. But nevertheless, I will bring it. Here we go again. All righty. Go down to where I was. Or close to it. All right, boom, I think I'm in. Yeah. Looking on my phone, making sure it pops up. All right, here we go. Again, out here in the melt, boom, C14 laden, look. And this is water, I believe, in here. But it's showing you this, how thick this red is in here, how thick this C14 is. Remaining of this building left right here. See the building? See the structure in it? See the block? See the little pocket of survival? Then off to here, look beside it. I mean, fuck. Look at how extreme your color differentials are right here. Cooked out churn aperture right here, going crystal, getting very cooked out. Fusing it because it's all one structure right here. Now this pooled out right here. The buildings, this structure is what it is. Aperture, aperture, aperture all throughout here, losing itself into the melt. Crystallizing out right here. Very hot, very viscous, flowing. And leaving all this shit. As far as we can see, melt. Some of the melt out there. The brick ash, cooked in the sun, baking. Brick ash, not mud flood, brick flow. Brick flow. See? Baked brick ash. Just showing some of these texturing of the brick ash level and showing that it is brick flow. See? Structure, man. See it? All of this is structure back here. It is melted the fuck out down to this. Brick ash. Brick fucking ash. Because here's the brick. There's the structure. Stuff, Snoopy, Karen. It's right there. This is a very close-up shot of the brick ash showing the C14 scavengers coming up out of it. See it? Grass. The little fuckers will grab a hold and root anywhere if it's got the nutrients, the brick ash pockets to live in. Not so much here. churned out brick flow with the structures back here sinking down into the melt. See them? Back here, melted structure. Melted building. See it? Having a hard time seeing that? It is very large. I'll give you that. But when you're a meltologist and you know what you're looking at and you've researched and you've analyzed pick after pick after pick from not just myself, but all the other meltologists that have come up, and most specifically Laughing Eagle, Spartan Red, the evidence that he's come out with and put out for everybody to enjoy and to learn off of. I mean, we know what we're talking about, man. We're not just shooting out the side of our fucking mouths with this shit. All right? We're trying to get you to understand. We're not trying to be arrogant. We're not trying to sell a goddamn thing. We're wanting you to wake up, man. We're wanting people to wake the fuck up. Because when you see it, you'll just understand how silly everything else is, man. How silly and how tragic and how ruthless these motherfucking controllers, the liars, the spinners of this deception, how weak they really are. How vulnerable they really are. If we would just wake up and hold them to task with their lies, man. I mean, is that all we're here for? Is to be born screaming naked, thrown into indoctrination 101 from the get-go, and being trained to be a servitude slave to just go out there, work your ass off, just to survive. Just to survive, man. And you got to do that your whole life. Then you die. Then all your shit goes to whoever, family, the government, if they decide to take it. If you own land, that's where they're going now here in the States. They want to get rid of inheritance rights. You die, that's it. Government owns your shit now. Because they own it all anyway, right? They own your truck. They own your fucking property. If you don't think they do, try digging on your property. Try claiming mineral rights to your property. They won't give it to you because they own your ass. Yeah? The bigger bank account, the bigger change you got on your fucking wrists and ankles, man. If people really understood what the fuck was going on here, I think they'd be more compassionate towards people you see laying in the fucking street or in the alley or digging out of trash cans just to find something to fill their stomach a little bit. You know, if we all understand where we fit as living souls here, the short time that we're in these meat suits walking around, we'd start feeling more compassionate and love towards one another. You know, you'd start wanting to bring out the truth of what we're on. And just a little pick like this, just a little shot like this. You gotta understand Meltology. You gotta understand what we're on. And I know it's all just brick ash with fucking plants growing on it. I know it. Showing you the melt flow. Just showing you the melt flow. And the structures that made up the melt flow. You see them, crew. No reason to explain. Got Curtis 47 up in here. We got Devin Mike. We got I Am Nancy. Gaz A. Tartarian Meltdown even up in here this morning. See? Bricks can't melt, it has been said. Crazy mouth breathers you are, we've been called. Well, here's my evidence telling you to go fuck yourself. And if you are truly so confident that we're all fucking stupid and there's nothing to this, well, come on up in here. Because we've got almost 4,000 motherfuckers that think differently, to see the melt, to know it to be real. Because it's right fucking here. It's right here, man. Look. How'd this happen? Look at the fucking state of this structure right here. Look at the fucking state of this expansion on this brick fucking structure. And then you say, bricks can't melt. We're full of shit. We don't know what we're talking about. Really? What's this? What's this expanding out of the fucking archway here? Huh? It's all heat damage, melted structure, man. What's this up top? All heat damage, melted structure, man. You know. And we could go on and on, man. Look. Look at the texture on that. New pipe, heat damaged. Everywhere around behind it. Balloon rocking. Cooked out. Look at the structure right here. Built on the melt. Look at that. Right here. This fucking structure, this foundation on this right there. Look at the heat damage on that right there. State of matter changing. Look at it. When blocked, and it's popping off of this right here. See these? Forming together. State of matter changing right there. Look, bam. Melt. Fused. Heat damaged inside as well, of course. Red brick right there, popped off. Look, heat damaged on this side. It's right here, man. You know, back behind here where they got their church. It's all melted structure, man. See? See? And this right here. Melted brick. Melted brick. A little pile of melted brick right here, man. See it? You know, and we can go on and on and on. You know what? We will. Look. X Factor fucking, look at this. Look at this. We'll start with this. Just climb this thing right here. Look. It's all melted. It's all melted structure, man. Look at this. It's all melted, fused together, ballooning out, just churn and churn. And when we go up, then we got this piece right here, fused in the melt. What's that? What is this? Dripping, heat damage, twisted, attached to the melt right there. attached to the melt. Is that a branch? Is that a branch that fell and just happened to be hanging there? Why is this hooked onto the melt right here? See it? It's coming down and it's melted in right here to the building, the structure right here. And as it comes up, it's all heat damage. See? Then it bends. Then it bends. Look how damaged that is. Then it goes up, which is heat damaged. Then it ends right there. All fucking heat damaged, man. All this back here, look how this highway, this bridge, look at the supporting columns on it. Heat damaged. Getting smaller as it goes into the melt back here. See it? You know. And then all this back here, this is just an X factor hit in here. Of course. Pocket of survival. Tourist attraction. There's your tourists out there. Walking up here to walk along the ancient ruins built in whatever fucking year they said. This is bullshit. Their narratives are false. They're fake. They're lies. All melted. Fused together. See? See? Look at the blocking on that. Look at the scorching on that. Look at the wall, man. It just goes down here and then it's gone. And it's sunk down in the melt. Not that way. Just scanning the melt, crew, because we know what it is. We know what it is. They're probably quarrying or whatever in here. So they got their little shop down here and shit. It's all fucking digging out the melt and selling it back to us, man. Right on the water line. Why not? Look at this. Look at the texture on this shit. How heat damaged that is. How it's fused, welded in right here to the one below it. It's fused back here too, but this is propping out more prominent melt right there. Fuse right there. See how your line and then the expansion heat fuse these two together at this point right here. And the melt flow, I mean, look what it's setting in now. It's all brick ash, man. Flat earthers, mud flooders. Please get it and understand. Not a mud flood, it's a brick ash flood. You get water, brick ash together, it's like mud. That's what it is. It's brick ash flow. High elevation shot looking down on a melt. We got farming right here, see? Looks like they worked it. All in the melt. Look. Out here taking a walk, man, out here in the desert, wherever it is, and walking by. Look at all this balloon rocking. Extends down this way. Part of a structure being lost in the melt. Here's another one here, look. Out here in the sticks somewhere alongside of this melted structure, and I do mean melted structure because here's a chunk of it right here. Look how cooked out that is. Look how heat damaged that is right there. And then look at the one behind over here. The shrubs are growing off of and shit. Look at that. C14 cooked out. We got some kind of banding in here. Some kind of definition on this in here. Looks like it's heat and then bended. These look like they kind of collapse. They kind of bent. And the trees growing out of brick ash. See the chunk of the structure there, cooked out. And the tree took root in the brick ash on the side, stuck in the melt. Another scavenger growing out of the brick ash. Here's a road coming down this way, and then it comes down this way. And this road is built on a wall of melted structure, see? Cooked out texture, once again, C14 in it. But it's a wall. It's a repurposed wall made into a road. We're driving on the tops of melted buildings, man. And this little fucker right here took root and grew in the brick ash. See? Climbing up the melt, man. Look how heat damaged this shit got. I mean, fucking hell. Look at that. This shit was extremely hot, being cooked out, going scorchy, loaded with C14 still, but taking on the cooked out, charred appearance because of the heat, man. The heats this is very, very, very viscous stuff. Yay, Meltology. Out here in the melt flow, this tree growing up in the melt flow. And look what he's leaned up against. Chunk of structure right here. All the rubble around him is nothing but chunks of the buildings, man, in the brick flood. In the melt flow. See? This is Joshua Tree. Famous out here in California, in the States. Google it, Joshua Tree. They even made a song about it, the group U2. But this one's been shown before, but look at this. All melted structure back in here. Even putting on this, the expansion, the texture, the brick. And these things thrive out here. These are a succulent, I think, like a cactus kind of family here. Another one in the melt flow. Tree. Looks fucked up. That's a weird looking tree. But look what it's growing on. It's all brick flow. Brick ash. With the structure behind it. Chunks, rubble, sinking down into the melt. Just showing you some melt. Just showing you some melt. Look, big fucking structure back here. Lines, pancaking down, coming this way. This one here. See how it's flowing? Sinking back over here. Big expansion off of this side, sinking down. Your lines are going more pancaking down here, and then this blows out in here. Sinking this way, down and forward this way. Big chunk. Look how high up we are. Way up there, man. Look at the back. Way the fuck out there. And that's all melt flow too. That's all melted building out there. Then way up here, we have this nice little chunk. And I snapped this one just to give you the texture of it. Another little feature pathway in the melt here. See it? And how it changed. It started going fucking wonky and stuff because of the melt flow. Pockets, structure showing itself. Way up here. See? The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Way down here. See it? We got structure here. We got more structure over here. You can see it. What's that? Center pick. Is that an airplane? Was that a balloon? Is that part of the melt? Is that crystalled? Too blurry to see, but I wouldn't doubt it if it was crystallized structure. Fucking hell, we've seen that before. Just showing you the melt. Why does all this look like this down here? All this look like this up here, and then this is different in the middle. It's all structural. That's why. All the remaining parts of this structure here. All of it. What's that? Rick. Meltology, baby. Massive fucking structure back there. Massive structure back there. Just popping and dragging crew showing you. You see it. Got some salty crew up in here. Yeah, baby. I mean, why? You're going to fucking put that there. And how long do you think it's going to stay unless it's welded together? And then this bitch in the back. I mean, melted buildings. All of it. It's just incredible. Just showing you right here where it meets the melt. Where these massive buildings, the heat came from the bottom up and they sank down into the melt. Here's the sink line. Here's the melt where all the C14 scabs are growing on down here. This is where this massive structure above came down and settled right here in the brick ash. into itself. Closed out aperture right here. Look. Brick expansion, big time. Look. Having fun on the melt. Holy shit. Wind's blowing today. Just blew my window open. Yeah, in the melt, just showing right here. Look at the level or the layers. Blocking. Out here on the melt. Again, over here. Look. Cooked out, blocking, brick lines, scorching, again, structure. And the one in the back, I mean, starts popping the apertures, the detail in it. Because pick after pick after pick, same thing, Meltology. Because that's what we do. Melted Red Brick University, like, share, and subscribe. We are the tip of the spear, the shield of truth in Meltology. You know, that's what we do. That's, you know, altering minds, changing perceptions, getting people to think differently. Let their lying eyes show them the truth of what we're talking about. Look how these are twisting and torquing down into the melt. These things were in flux, man. These things were moving. They're not in their original spot. None of this melt is in its original spot. It shifted, it shaped, it turned, it twisted. It lost its definition. And its location, where truly was at first. Look, down here in the melt. And these are war-torn places right here. And this is why they cause a lot of this. These wars and these, you know, invading of countries, you know, a lot of it, they're out there to destroy structures from the X Factor, man. They destroyed a lot in this last war that we've been in. Human rights is what we're talking about. At least I am when we get into the melt, because the cover up of this event and everything that we have to live with and live by and all this shit, it's only set up for the benefit of the ones creating all this deception and shit. The ones that claim to own everything, even you. All right? They have us fighting over melted structures, brick ash, brick flow, melted buildings, where they go in and destroy evidence, take over, claim them as UNESCO heritage sites. Yeah, they just take over these fucking things they can't destroy and then keep you off of them and won't answer any fucking questions about it. Out there living among the melt, we do. Red brick. Melted red brick. State of matter changing right there. Bam, look. Red brick, went block, boom, went big block here. Scorching, cooked out, expansion here. State of matter changing right there in the red brick. Karen B, Stuff Snoopy. debunkers. It's all right here. We're showing you. Bridge going across here. People use it over there every day. Don't think nothing of it. Well, again, what's it foundationed on? Look. The foundation for this fucking support right here is resting on that right there. Look. When we tell you this extreme heat changed the state of matter of these structures and transformed them into balloon rocks, boulders, in the middle of fucking structure, brick. Look, this is all heat damage, man. They didn't pour this shit. They may have come in and laid maybe or painted, or I'm not sure about this even. It's starting to look a little fucking shaky down here. But they repurposed this shit. It's on the melt. They didn't pour it. They just claimed it. Yeah. That's what happened. That's what happened. See, we're living in the melt, man. It's amazing. Look at the fucking heat damage on this right here. You know? So it gets me, man. Look. 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 Here's their big trucks and heavy equipment. Huh? They came in and poured this, did they? Did they really? They came in and created this in here? Look. Look. They created that? Bullshit. Look. Right here. Look on each side. Now look at the middle. These are what your dams are. They're repurposed old world melt. And they had different purposes, most likely than the purpose that they're being used for now, to hold back water, control water flow, blah, blah, blah. They could have had a whole different fucking purpose. And they most likely did, because the water came in after the melt. All this freshwater rivers and lakes and all this stuff is the plumbing. The water had to find its level and flow somewhere. And it ended up to where now we call lakes, streams, rivers, reservoirs. Yeah. Because they did not build this. You can see how it disappears into the fucking water. Look, look, right here. Come on. Look. It's disappearing into the water. It's tilting down, melting down into the water. The scorching going up these things. Look at the heat damage on this fucker. Structure back here, look. Apertures everywhere. See? Look at how melty this was, man. Look at the fucking melt flow right here. Look at that. Oh, God, look at that shit. Fucking hell. Look at the terracing, the layering coming down in the melt. Look. And the pocket of survival right here in this bridge right here. But I guarantee you these are old world columns. Foundationed in the melt, man. Fucking amazing. This even down there right here, this It's foundationed on the melt. All of it is. Everything is. Everything is. See? Where'd the fucking structures go, man? Obviously, they're fucking structures. Look, there's a goddamn window and a door. Huh? All structure. Heat damaged. Heat damaged. Disintegrating down into itself. Then the floodwaters came in, giving us this. Look. Expansion, man. These bricks, these structures blew up, expanded out, fused together, causing these big fucking blocks right here. Yeah, that's what happened. Because I can prove it. We have proven it. We have proven it. And we do it all the time. See? Look. What's going on here? See it? Melt ate away this side here, stops there, goes way the fuck out over here. We got melt down here, layers of it. Into what we see right here. Heat damaged, melted buildings. See? See? All these walls in the melt. Part of the structures that used to be there. Look at this. Finger pick. Walls out here. Look. All heat damage went big block. Look. Wall, 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 wall. All out here in the melt. What's that? Heat damage, man. That's old world melt right there. Tell me it's not. It is. Look at the fucking piping coming across here. It's heat damage, man. Going into this. It's all in the melt. See? How it comes across right here goes right into the melt. See? Look at this wall back here. Expansion. Look at your big blocking. Your balloon rocking is shifting. Not each one is the same. They're all different and they're settling down, fused together in the melt. Just showing, crew. And this whole road access or whatever, it's on a fucking wall. Look. Meltology, man. As above, so below, baby. All this under the water is cooked out structure. Holding this up above it here. Everything below it is holding this up above it here, which is all melted structure. See? Melted buildings, man. Pancaking. slipping. You can see how this cooked out underneath the water. See it? Comes around and then hooks on right here and continues up the cooked out. See? Two of them. Boom, boom. Looks like walls underneath. Look. Above the floodwater here. See? And it goes this way and it comes from this way. And it's all connected from down below in the melted structure under the water. Just showing you some here. I love these features that give us slices, especially on the water. It gives us slices of these melted structures right here and the internals. See? Right underneath, from where people are walking up there, we got this. Brick, structure, block, melt, color, differentials. Water feature out here in the middle of this melt right here. And again, the terracing. And as we go down, we see the expansion. We see the color differentials. We see it. We see it. We see you. See? All cooked out structure back in here. Look. You can start seeing the apertures pop as the picture sets. And back here where the road goes, right above her head back in here, it's all on the side of the wall, on top of the wall. Look, structure, see it? And they just built a road on top of it. That's how they access it in here. It goes way back here. Underneath the water. We know it's not floating on the water. Something's holding it up. And what is? The rest of the building underneath the water that's in the brick flood. This fucking building is not done. Well, we can still make out the top and the layout. Look at this. Of the walls right here. Look. God damn it. Not you, crew, but you out there that are on the fence, that have a master's degree in geology. Huh? Melted structure, man. The floor plan, the layout, what's remaining of it here. The rest of it laying on top. Look. People on it, walking around. Look. I mean, fucking hell, man. Those aren't windows. That's not brick block in there. That's not structure. That you don't see the structure in this right here. I mean, come on now. This back here with all the green on it is what this looked like before it was all uncovered. And they got their plaques set up here. See, here's your motherfuckers putting up their little fake narrative so the tourists can come up and read this and fill their head full of bullshit. All right. And the goddamn shit is on the fucking melt itself. Look, I contend this piece coming up with this fucking thing on top is melt. You can see it. And the thing in the back is fucking melt. I mean, come on now. Did they carve this too? Did they get in here with their picks and shit and carve this out? You carved the holes here too? They carved all this back here too, did they? Or they built this in whatever age the narratives say. This was here before that. You talk about the Romans lived on the melt. You talk about the Phoenicians lived on the melt. You talk about the Vikings lived on the melt. I don't give a fuck. Any civilization you want to concoct in your fucking mind and come out here and put forward, they were on the melt. They were living on the fucking melt. And they've shown that in their paintings, in their renditions, their stained glass, all these biblical pictures that you got out there, all of that. You look at it real close. They're portraying the melt. It was already there. Then we came in. How we came in, well, that's for another rabbit hole. Look. Karen B. Stuff Snoopy. Geologists. Academia of all kinds in your pompous hierarchy. Facade of a posture that you propose to us. We're showing you that brick can fucking melt. See? See the red brick? Expanding amongst all the other red bricks causing all of this shit? There's only one explanation. Massive electrical heat energy that hit this fucking place and did this. See? Fucking structure, building. Looking down on it. Melted, cooked out. And we describe all of the details, pancaking down, walls shifting, color differentials. Buoyancy and density, man. Big tech piece, see? Big tech piece. All melted, man. Look. All melted. People out there just watching. This is all melt, heat, damaged brick structure. Coming from this motherfucker back here. Look. I mean, my God. Look. Fucking hell. Okay, let's look at this one then. Does this one help? Don't see it. What about this one? Looking down. People down here, and they're digging out the melt. This isn't sedimentary layers, man. This isn't hundreds of thousands of billions and trillions of years of sedimentary layer that covered up. This is melted structures. Occam's razor dictates that. It is the simplest explanation. Meltology. See? Sitting right in front of this person are these melted balloon rocking coming out here. The wall behind him here. All of it, that obvious structure of this motherfucker. They see it. They're uncovering it. Look at this churn of the brick right here. Look, come on. See? Looking down on the melt and showing the melted footprint this building left as it churned away into the melt. Come on now, look. Oh, fucking look, center pick, double arch with another arch right there. You can see down in, look at the expansion in it. The building inside expanded and heat damaged as well, of course. And down here, we can see how cooked out it's getting. Look how crystal it's getting in this piece in here of the internals. This is inside this fucking building in here. See it? And the rock curtaining over the top. Look at the expansion coming off the top of the building, the structure above it. And the banding out here, look. Wall. Flowing out, expanding out. All this being displaced by the pressure from below. This shit went down. You go down, it starts pushing up shit. It's above it. The fucking magnitude and the weight of the structures, man, it's causing this. Look. Like waves pushing it out. Melted, just showing you the melt crew. Look right here. See this dark, see this black? Look how scorched out that is right there. Look how heat damaged that is right there compared to everything else around it. And look down here. It's fucking twisting, melting. Look at that. Look at the state of matter change from right there to right here. Look. We had some kind of an aperture right here that crystallized the fuck out right there. See it? Look. Nice place for selfie, huh? Back here on the melted building. Melted wall. Out here in the melt, man. Just chunks of these buildings just sticking up. Look. All structure, all brick. Don't have to say anything. All I got to do is show. For those that have the eyes to see, the sense to understand, sitting on a wall, melted. Walking around the melt. Again, red brick structure. Look. 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 Look at that shit. This guy's just walking by, man. I'd be freaking the fuck out. I'd be up here pointing, screaming. at everybody. Look at this fucking shit. Open your eyes, man. Open your fucking eyes. Teach your young the truth. So what it's about our young, man. We got to pass a better way of life, a real truthful understanding of what the fuck we're on. You know, it's laughable. See? Karen B, Stuff Snoopy, academia, political and religious elite, naysayers, mud flutters. Come on up. Right here in the nest with me and the Eagle Eye crew and Laughing Eagle and explain this fucking shit. Tell us this isn't what it is. We say it's melted structure and we've proven it. You say something different. No facts, just ridicule and mockery is all you have. Is all you have. Because you're too fucking stupid to understand what we're saying. Won't take the time to look. Karen B says, I've seen all the pictures. No, you haven't, you dumb daft bitch. You haven't seen shit. You don't know what we're about, and you don't know how far in our investigation and our analysis of this topic matter has gone. Because you're gatekeepers. You're out for your sub lists, your sub numbers. You're selling your shit. That's what you're about. You're not about any kind of fucking truth or any kind of vision for the betterment of this enslaved fucking system that we have. No, you're comfortable in your little fucking zone. You're comfortable in your little fucking bubble. And you're going to sit there and circle jerk each other. Because that's all you're doing. We're bringing reality here and we're waking up eyes. And if you can't see it, fuck you, fuck off, goodbye. We want people that can see this. We want people that have an interest in and want a better future for their children as well and their grandchildren and so on. Okay? Because we weren't put here to be the caterers to these banking elite, whatever group or fucking religion or race or whatever, wherever these motherfuckers come from. We're not here to serve their fucking ass. That cannot be the meaning for our existence. Huh? To work your fucking ass off your whole goddamn life, create medical conditions because of it, so you can just die off and these motherfuckers just get to collect your shit and move on. That's what life is supposed to be. That's why we're here. That's why we're fucking here, is to be slave to these fat, rich motherfuckers, wherever they come from. Huh? Feeding us the poisons that they make money off of us. They create the money to create the chains of our own slavery, our own bondage. That's what's going on. It's fucking obvious to me. Goddamn fucking obvious to me. Look. And we need people to wake the fuck up. Wake up. Start using your fucking mind. Stop believing the bullshit after bullshit. Every fucking day is a new goddamn bullshit going on, man. They have to keep the bullshit. Sensationalism. That's what sells. Because people will fucking flock right to it, man. And when you get that many stupid motherfuckers, you can paint whatever narrative you want. They're going to lap it up. They're going to work themselves into a fucking lather just to get more goodies. just to get more sensational shit to pay attention to instead of what's really going on here. All I got to do is click and point. It's obvious, man. It's obvious to me. What about you, crew? What about you sitting out there just watching? You getting it yet? Are you getting it yet? Are you seeing it yet? Are you understanding what we're saying yet? You get what we're showing you. Do you fucking get it? Are you getting it yet? Are you seeing it? Look at the terracing. Look how high up we are. Look at the melt in the back. I mean the front. Fuck, man. See it? All melt. All right, crew. The last one for today. In the melt, right there. Pyramid, this is the plateau, close to it. What do we got out here underneath the brick ash? Well, it's building, man. Big aperture right there. Block brick expansion right there. In the brick ash, in the brick flood. Because all you're seeing here is brick ash. Brick love, one love to everybody out there. We get into the chat here a little bit. What do we got? What do we got? Who's saying what? Tartarian Meltdown Yoakum says, collective ignorance is what keeping us in shackles. Absolutely, man. Collective interest, ignorance, excuse me. Curtis 47 says, doesn't cost anything just to wake up. Brilliantly said, brother. It don't cost a goddamn thing. But it'll mean everything to you. When you understand it. Wakey, wakey. Absolutely. People are asking questions. And this is a good thing. It's going to take people time to digest this, man. It's a fairly new topic. Laughing Eagle's been at this for about 5 years or better now. Brought many meltologists up in. The word's getting out. I'm starting to see it too. In a lot of mainstream stuff, some of these news stations and stuff are showing the melt. They're starting to say, go along the melt line. They just won't say it. They won't say it. They can't. They're being paid too much money not to. MIR, Melted Inverted Realm. Rick love to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're always at work, man. My mind's always fucking going. It is. Well, you know me, Yoakum. I came in spitting the fucking truth and pissing a lot of motherfuckers off on my way through. And that's because I don't give a fuck. I make there's no feelings to hurt here. They were beat out of me as a child. And there's no ego to attack. Okay. I'm me, Dean, Urban Heat, Meltology Inc. just like anybody else, man. Just tired of this fucking bullshit, man. Just tired of it. Want to bring this truth. We'll keep bringing this truth. And I know you will too. You will too, crew. So I'm going to be calling this one here because I got to go. Got to go do the deed, make the shekels, you know. But I don't let the shekels keep me shackled. If you know what I mean. Low maintenance kind of motherfucker I am. Don't take much for me, man. Not at all. But again, breakfast melt with me, Meltology, bringing up the fervent heat in my heart, wanting you to come in with the fervent heat in yours and the evidence. And I want you to come up in here in the nest. And like Laughing Eagle said, we want you to get up in here, and you don't have to come up in here and show evidence. You don't. You don't even have to come up here live like this. You can avatar up and just break down the melt with us, man. We just want people to come up in here just to get used to coming up in here, man. Showing your melt, showing the melt. Because that's the purpose for all of this, is to bring forward the evidence. And we want to know how you get into Meltology. Who turned you onto this? What moment when you saw it for what it was? And how it changed you and paradigm shifted your reality. So, Brick love, one love to everybody out there. All Meltologists out there. Brick love to you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your research. Thank you for bringing your evidence forward. Everybody. Everybody. Mud flutters. Pop that head out of that old butthole of yours and start seeing the melt. Start understanding what we're saying. Karen B, Stuff Snoopy, all you motherfuckers out there, debunkers. Right here. Come on. I'll break it down with you real fast. To my brother Laughing Eagle, Spartan Red, thank you again for this platform that you created for us to come up in here and laugh, love, learn off of each other in the nest of the Eagle Eye crew. Brick love, one love to everybody out there. Once again, we will be back for the Sunday Easy. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Just a second here, looking for something. There we go. For me, Fervent Heat, Meltology, bringing you this melt. Friday morning breakfast melt. See you Sunday. With love.